So the next thing I need to sort out is the exhaust, because at the moment it doesn't have a catalytic converter on it, and that's why it sounds quite rorty. I'll just now I've got the interior in, and we'll just start the car and show you what I mean. So what we've got underneath here is no catalytic converter, and then we've got one big long section. There's a bit of a stainless bit there. It's a funny mix. There's stainless, there's a bit, the rusted bit is obviously a bit of mild steel. It's just a hodgepodge of all types of things underneath there. But the main thing I'm worried about is not having a cat. So anything after 1992 needs a catalytic converter in the UK. So I've got one, but then I've got another exhaust system. I actually got one with a different car that I've not shown you yet. So I'm going to have a look at that. Let's just see if it will fit. I'd love if the other one fit, because then I wouldn't have to buy another exhaust. So yeah, let's have a look and possibly measure the length of the end of that manifold to that first bend, and with my cat and this exhaust system, let's see the length I've got. So any prizes for guessing which car this is meant to fit? I'll just show you. CRX VT or Civic 1.6i. So make of that what you will, but either way, if I hook that on the front with that's the cat, obviously goes to, so it's 2 bolt to the manifold, 3 bolt between the cat and the midsection, and that goes to 160, and then the edge of it will be 167 centimeters. It's from that flange to the edge of that. Now from there to there I've measured 177, so it looks like my setup is a little bit short, but there might be some angles involved that mean it could still work. So just measured with some vernier calipers what I need, and it's like 52mm ID on the triangle gasket there, and about the same 52 on this back donut gasket. The one on the front, I'm not sure what I need yet, but I need to take the old one off to actually have a look at it. Believe it or not, this shackle thing actually came off, so it's a kind of minor miracle. There, and then yeah, I'll try and take these bits out. It's really been hammered on, this thing. Get that one out, get the one up there out, and there. I'll try and drop this back box off the system first. So I got the front one off there, and I got the rear 2 rubber hangers off here. Used a bit of WD-40. I usually work a treat, and then lift it up and then pull it, and then I can just get the slip joint off just by rocking this thing back side to side, and then be able to pull this back box off. There we have it. It's a power flow apparently with a massive dent in it, and the slip joint there. See if I can get the midsection off now. The midsection is just on 2 bolts there, and then it's just got those 2 hangers to drop off, and then there's the whole midsection down. This is what I was saying about the midsection. Got a slip joint there, and it goes the whole way to the front. It's held on by these 2 13mm bolts. Now I'm back underneath with the standard cat, which I'm going to put on, and let's just see the state of the manifold to cat donut gasket. So this is the state of the old gasket, very done. So I'm going to see if I've got another one. I think I might, and I'll put that on because it's going to be leaking everywhere. Right, I have actually got one. This is the 50mm. You can see here, that'll work. It's M2 make it. Comes with the bolts as well, but whether I need them or not, let's have a look. But yeah, 50mm from the manifold to cat, and then it's another 50mm one, which is between the midsection and back box as well, I believe so. So just wire brushed the manifold there, and just going to put this donut gasket on here. 50mm, like I say, should just squeak on. Okay, like that, and now I can put the cap back on there. So there we have it. new spring bolts, original cat. Really starting to look like a normal car now, which is really what I want. A car with a proper MOT, actual brakes. Well, let's see about the MOT, but here we go. Now I've ordered a 50mm gasket, which is these 3 bolts around the side, which goes from the midsection to the cat. You can just see there. But I first just want to test fit it, just to see if this is approximately the right length for the car. So we'll just put it up there and see if I need a new exhaust as well. So finally the exhaust system has come. It wasn't expensive. It was £60 for that and about 40 for that, maybe a little bit more, but around that. And basically I've got the gaskets as well, so you know the cat's already on the car, but this is the 50mm gasket that I need for there, and the tripod 3-prong one there. I've got some nuts and bolts. You know, they'll do. They're not ideal. Maybe the other ones, slightly larger bolts would be better, but whatever, it'll work. Then I have this, which is the donut gasket. I'm always using these M2 ones because they come with the nice bolts and springs and nuts and everything, and the correct, I think it's 50mm as well, donut gasket from there. This is the back box, nothing fancy. It's made by GT exhausts apparently, and then these are new. It's annoying because I've got 1, 2, apparently there's one there, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. I only bought 4 new ones, but you know, I've got some old ones as well. I just wanted to make sure that some of them were newer than the ones on there. Looked a bit knackered, so yeah, one will be old, but whatever. So yeah, it's quite simple really. Let's go underneath the car with the midsection and put that on with the gasket, and I'm also going to grab some WD-40 for the rubbers just to make sure they just slip in nicely. So that's the exhaust, just kind of propped in place. Get this tripod in there, and I'll do that next, just loosely in place, so I can move it around a bit, and then I'll get the back mount on. So I've got that one just loosely up in there, not the whole way home, but just enough to hold the back of the exhaust while I wait for the 45mm donut gasket to go onto there. Then I need just to tighten these 3 bolts up for the tripod, and then midsection's on. Right, that's the midsection all tight. You notice I put the nuts on this side, just means that perhaps there might be a little bit less water going into the threads. I don't know, it's my theory. Just for jokes, to show what this 1.3 has on a back box. Fruity. So I've finally been sent the right gasket. This is a 45mm, and that was a 42 ID. So this should actually fit now. I'm going to fit it to the car, finally see what this car sounds like with a normal back box, a catalytic converter, and that midsection you saw me fit. First of all, it should just slip on here, which it does. And then I need to take this cellophane obviously off this end, and then I'm going to be using these spring bolts here. So I've got it on just loosely at the moment. So that's all there, in and done. Exhaust there, and then now I just need to take this bit of cellophane off there. Not really sure why it doesn't just come out the middle, but whatever. It's not really a performance exhaust or going to be looking that great, so just take it off. I'm going to fire the car. Someone appears to have dropped it at some point. It's not even round. I need to bash that back a bit just to make it round. That's really not very pleasing. Turns out a few love taps with a club hammer and a 27mm socket and make that much better than it was. I'm just wondering if I can just finesse it a little bit more with the 30mm. Right, better than it was. You can see that now. I've attached the battery. Let's give it a go. Nice and quiet. Give it a bit of a rev.